Hey folks, we're back with video number 3 in our Kickin' 2022 series, getting this new year started off with some awesome kicks. So I hope you guys are enjoying these videos so far. I've gotten a couple of comments saying people are liking them, so I'm really excited about that. I hope you guys keep watching and keep learning. Today we're gonna start with a crescent kick, okay? So this is our base kick for this week. So each week we're doing a basic kick that we start off with, and we're kind of making it more advanced. And I say basic kick, with some level of flexibility there. It depends on what your level is, okay? So this kick is actually probably the easiest kick that we've done so far as our base kick, but there's a cool drill that I'm gonna show you here in a minute. It's a little bit more difficult. So the kick we're starting off with is the crescent kick. Now, some people call this like a rainbow kick, or some people call it a slap kick, depending on which direction it's going. What we're gonna start off with is the outside to inside kick. So anytime I say it's an outside kick or an outside block, it means it's moving to the outside of our body being something that's on the outside of our shoulders, okay? So interior of our body, our inside is in between the shoulders, so the space here, and then outside is the space here. So we're gonna go outside to inside, which means we're gonna take this leg and we're gonna bring it up on the outside of our body, across, and then down. We're trying to kind of make a rainbow shape with this, so our foot's gonna go up, over, and down, letting our hips rotate a little bit. Our body stays almost square to the target, depending on what we're gonna do next, okay? So from here, the leg is just coming up, boom, toes are facing forward. We're actually hitting with the inside edge of our foot, kind of scooping here, okay? Some people even call this a scoop kick, but usually those are down lower. So this is gonna hit with the inside of the foot, cupping with that inner arch of your foot. It just comes up, boom, and over. A couple of quick tips here. If you're doing this on a person, you have to make sure you go wide enough that you go around their shoulders, because if I kick Mr. Bob here, I'm gonna switch to left leg so you can see. If I kick Mr. Bob and I'm trying to go for his head, but I don't bring my kick up wide enough, I end up kicking underneath the elbow. And if you've ever been hitting the top of the foot with somebody's elbow, you know it's a bad day, okay? So you don't wanna do that. So with this kick, you have to go wide enough that you go up over the shoulder, across the face area, and then back down to the other side. Boom, like so, okay? So make sure you're making it nice and wide. Now, that's the outside to inside, okay? We call it an inside crescent because it's going from the outside to the inside. The direction of travel is how we name our kicks. Now, if you want to do an outside crescent kick, which would be going from the inside of your body to the outside, it's a little bit more technical because you actually have to cross your own center line and then push the foot out, okay? Generally, people aren't hanging out over here where you can just pick your foot up out and swing it out toward them, right? That's not really how we're going to use this kick. It's not very powerful once it passes your center line. So instead, we want to bring our leg across first. So our leg is going to come across our own center line, then up and over across the opponent's center line, and hopefully smack them in the face, okay? There's actually a really cool scene in a movie. I believe this was Chuck Norris. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but he crescent kicks somebody this way and breaks their nose, and they're like, oh, you broke my nose. And then he kicks them back the other way and fixes their nose, sort of. I guess maybe he broke it the other direction. I don't know. It's kind of a funny scene. Not super realistic, but it looks really fun. So the outside crescent kick comes across your body, up and over, drawing that rainbow shape. Now with this kick, the kicking surface is a little bit different. You're actually kicking with the back side of your own foot. So you're turning your foot out so you can kind of hit with the top of your foot like you would with the roundhouse kick, except that your toes are pointed straight up. All right, so from here, up and over. As you become more advanced with this kick, you're actually gonna add a little knee flick in there that makes the kick a little bit faster. Let me turn sideways so you can see that. I'll use my left leg here. Instead of just keeping my leg straight the whole time, I'm gonna bend my knee, chambering it, and then snap it out and over at the same time. So it goes boom. And you can hear the difference in speed just by the uniform. So if I go here, right? And then if I go, listen closely, there's a pop in that uniform, which is the whip of my foot coming around, which is exactly what you want for getting power in this kick. Once your legs go above your hips, you really don't have a lot of power unless you're going on a downward slope. Well, this kick is going across when it hits your target, or maybe even slightly up, depending on what you're aiming at. And so you don't have a huge amount of power, so you have to add velocity. Velocity gives you more impact damage. So let's put these two together. Very simply, we're gonna go inside, outside. Boom. This is gonna set us up for great hip rotation, and it's gonna make something really, really awesome here in a minute. So we're just gonna take this right foot, we're gonna go up and over, boom, tap it down on the floor, and then flip it around the other direction. Now, you can use your upper body to counter rotate here, but you never want to throw your hands way out here unless you just have tons and tons of room to do it, okay? You want to keep your hands up, protect that face, protect that core as much as you can. Boom, boom. However, quick tip, don't leave your elbows straight down because you will absolutely knee yourself in the quad, and that does not feel good. I can say from experience. Did I say that? Don't tell anybody. I'm just kidding. All right, so now let's make it a little more difficult. Let's do a reverse crescent. So a reverse crescent, I'm gonna switch and use my left foot, would be coming off of your back leg, and you pivot, just like you're gonna do maybe a back kick, boom here, but you're gonna keep pivoting until you're almost facing your target again with your upper body, but your hips are lagging behind. Then you throw that outside crescent up and spin it around, so it looks like this. Okay, a little bit faster, boom. And of course you can add the knee snap in there, making sure you're pulling with that outer hip and the lower back to get yourself to whip around. So now let's put all three of those together. I'm gonna move Mr. Bob back just a little bit here because I don't feel like kicking the hard plastic into his base. And we're gonna do a really neat drill. Now, I can't take credit for this drill. I didn't come up with it. In fact, I learned it from a pretty awesome guy. His name is Chip Townsend, Master Chip Townsend out of Abilene, Texas. He runs Team Chip Martial Arts Centers, and he's really, really cool, good, solid guy, and he's got a lot of records to his name. He's been a world champion breaker several times and still teaches some great martial arts out there in Abilene, has several schools, one in Oklahoma, one down in San Angelo. So if you're in Abilene, San Angelo, or Oklahoma, definitely stop by his schools and check him out. He's a cool guy. So here's how this works. We're gonna do our inside crescent, boom, outside crescent, boom, and then we're gonna pivot all the way around and throw that reverse, okay? The base version is that you tap your foot down in between each kick. So you go inside, set it down, outside, boom, set it down, pivot, reverse, okay? That's the easy version. The hard version is one that I'm still personally working on, and that's where you never let your foot touch the floor once you start your first kick. So your first kick comes up, boom, boom, boom. As you can see, I don't have it perfected yet, but it's a really cool drill to work on your balance and your pivoting, especially on your supporting leg. As always, you want to make sure you train it on both sides so you get that good value out of training. So you would want to go inside, outside, reverse. And there you go. So that's a fun little game you can play with yourself. Try to do it without setting your foot down or losing your balance. One quick tip, make sure that you have lots and lots of room for this kick. Maybe sometime I'll tell you a story about why these kicks need a lot of room and how I learned that the hard way. Okay, so there's our kick for video number 3. Try it out, try the little drill, okay? That's gonna help you out. We're gonna put this into a really cool combination kick on our next video, video number 4, so be looking out for that. We look forward to seeing you guys' comments and replying to those. So make sure you ask questions or tell us about your experiences with this kick, maybe some cool ways that you like to use it. We look forward to hearing from you. Keep training, keep growing.